I grew up here. I was 13 years old when we moved to Killeen, and so I'm a product of this city. I love it. Obviously graduated from Killeen High School since it was the only school in town at the time. Went to college, got a commission in the Air Force, and I served as an Air Force officer, retired. Had the opportunity to stay back, stay where I was at the time, which was in Colorado. At the foot of the Rocky Mountains. It was beautiful, but I decided that it was time to come home, and so I came back here, and I've been a financial advisor with the New York Stock Exchange firm for the last 20 years. My experience in the Air Force was I was a nuclear weapons officer for a long time, but my last 5 years was in the area of acquisitions and contracting. So I've got a lot of experience in the area of contracting for services for military bases and things like that. A lot of the infrastructure type things that the city is involved in. In order to keep a city running, you got to keep a military base type running. I also, in the area of finance, I've been involved in a number of boards. I did 2 terms on the school board here in Killeen, so I'm very familiar with public finance, with how public entities are funded and how they do budgets and do planning for future budgets. Well, I think the 3 issues affecting Killeen the most, probably initially, is the crime rate here in Killeen. One of the things about cities is the reputation is really reality. And I think when I travel around and talk to people and let them know that I'm from here, one of the things that they usually look is there a crime problem in Killeen? And I think it's an issue of just growth, like any city our size is going to have it. One of the good things is I think we've got some people on board that I think can come up with some very creative ideas in order to take care of it. Mr. Olson is the city manager and Chief Kimball. With the time they've been in, I think are going to be able to come up with some creative ideas. I'm not a law enforcement professional, so it's very difficult for me to come up with solutions since that's not my line of work. But I think we've got the right people in place with the study they do, with the outside resources coming in to take a look at what's going on in Killeen. I think they will be able to come up with some great initiatives to be able to take care of that particular issue. The second issue, which is really dear to my heart, is the financial path going forward. I think Killeen has had obviously some rocky situations dealing with finance within the last few years. But it's so important for city councils to not only look at the budget that's in process right now, but in future years, because so much of municipal finance, public finance in general, has got to look at not only this year that's currently running, but 4, 5, 6 years down the road. Things like water, just finance in general, and how to create revenue in the city in order to keep everything repaired. And speaking of repair, the third issue is going to be infrastructure. One of the things that is a casualty of funding stress for municipalities is infrastructure. We've got a lot of things, I believe, on delayed maintenance. And you can do that for only so long, and then the cost of repair just exponentially increases. So I think with Mr. Olson and the other Mr. Olson in Public Works, I think we need to get a plan laid out over the next several years on how to address some of the infrastructure issues in the areas of town where the roads really need repair. I think the fact we've got so many running is a good thing. I think it shows that people are engaged and they want to offer their service. I've been a professional person for the last 35 years, and I've been parts of boards and councils throughout all that time. I'm from here originally. I have a love for this city enough to come back after I had the opportunity to basically live anywhere in the country. My background with my former school board experience, I think, is important. My 20 years of experience in the financial world is important. I deal with municipal financing as part of my job, and I think I can bring some of that experience onto the council and help to move the city forward.